Shimon guys, welcome to the Jeep 2.4 channel. Look what we're doing today. Got me some Boss CH5530 speakers to stick in the Jeep. Let's get these open, take a look. So I'm running the factory paper speakers right now and they suck. So these cost me $20. What do we have here? Customer service, template, don't need any of this stuff. Wow, check these out. Here's a speaker cover. I won't be using this because I want to put the factory speaker covers over the top to keep that factory look. So get rid of that. Here it is. It looks nice, but no one's going to see it because it's going to be behind some covers. Very cool. Guess what? $20. $20. And these are 5.25 inch speakers. They're going in a Jeep Wrangler TJ 2006. The front speakers on TJ are 4x6s, but I'm going to be putting these in instead, and I got me some adapters. Also, don't want to deal with any wire splicing, so I got these as well. These should allow me to hook up to my factory wiring. So let's get these bad boys installed. I almost forgot. I bought two. So I'm going to do the rear speakers as well. So this thing is going to sound bad as soon as I'm done installing these things. Let's get cracking. And the first thing we got to do is take the speaker cover off. And on mine there are 4 screws. So in every video I've seen of people doing this, it's pretty straightforward. So there's the stock cover. Still in pretty good shape. So, I looked on YouTube to see how to take these speakers out, and no one actually shows you taking these damn speakers out. Right? They always show you it after it's out and installing the new ones, or they show you installing the front speakers, but no one shows the rear speakers, and I wonder why. Because this doesn't come out. Okay, there are no screws holding it in. Everything I've read online is like, just take off the speaker cover, 4 screws, and the speaker just pops out. Well, check this out. That much coming out. It's not falling out. Okay, this thing does not fall out. It is stuck in there and will come out. Piece of shit. So now I've got to figure out how to take this thing out. Simple my ass. Okay, so I decided to get tough with this thing. There is a metal ring that you can see right there, and I got this tool and I jabbed it in there and I pulled as hard as I could, and I can feel this thing and I can hear this thing pulling away. So hopefully I'm not destroying this enclosure, but if I am, that blast. Guess what? In 2006, they glue this in there, okay? They glue this in. So you're gonna have to get a tool like this and yank it out. Just a heads up, I've cleared up the mystery. If it doesn't fall out, then pull the thing out. Anyway, let's disconnect this thing. This little tab, push in and hole. Boom, there you go. Factory speaker. You know, I thought I'd give you a quick comparison. New speaker, old speaker. And you know what? This thing's heavier than this thing. I don't know what that means in terms of speakers, but let's see if that makes a difference, because this is way heavier. Like, this is heavy. This is not that heavy. The back of this one's bigger than this one, but this is paper, and this is not paper, rubber, I guess. So let's see what happens. And now I'm going to connect these wires up. The factory connection is that, and I have this. So I'll make sure this looks like it fits. And it does. Now, another thing. Definitely read up from other people that have done this. I have read that these wires are reversed in some cases, which means you need to figure out which are the positive and negative wires here. Now, good old Jeep, not just do black and red, they do brown and blue and brown and yellow. So if I hook them up like this, the brown and yellow would be positive and the brown and blue would be negative. So now I have to look up to see whether that's right. I'll be right back. Okay, so brown and blue is negative, and that lines up with this thing. Brown and blue on this side, black on this side. So when you plug it in, bam, it's in. It seems pretty snug, I guess. Now let's get the back of this hooked up. And on the back here, this side's positive, that side's negative. And negative. Let's get this back in. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need to put the speaker cover over this first, because if I screw this in, there are no separate screws for this thing. They're all the same screw. I'm going to put the screw all the way through the hole. I should keep everything lined up, at least. It's going to go in this way. Don't screw these in too tight in case you break the plastic cover. Just like that. Son of a bitch. The front speakers are 4x6s, but you can buy adapters like these to put in 5 1/4 like the rear. So I got these off eBay, about 10 bucks I think. This is metal, there are 2 of them, and it comes with the mounting hardware. Now, to do this, it would be easier to put the speakers in this thing first and then put them in the Jeep, rather than putting these in, then putting the speakers in. So let's get the speakers in this thing. Now, the wiring for the stock speaker locations are on the bottom. So I'm going to orient this like this. So this goes in. This is the outside of the vehicle. This is the inside. This is going to be on the driver's side. So this is how it fits in there. I'm going to install the speaker like this. So the connections are at the bottom. Now the kit comes with what you need to mount the speaker to the adapter, and then I'm going to reuse the existing hardware to mount this to the vehicle. So quick tip, to install these things, they give you this, right? So when you're putting the screw in, you got to turn the nut at the same time, the opposite direction, to get it tight. And that's pretty difficult to do on this thing. So what I did was get some small pair of vice grips to hold the nut on the other side while I screwed it in from here. And when you finally get this thing tightened up, this is what it looks like. So let's get this in the Jeep. To replace our front speakers, first of all, I'm going to take the speaker cover off. There are 2 screws you have to take out. Once they're out, find a place to pull. There's a tab here and a tab here, and it should pop right out. Just like that. The factory speaker is in a mounting bracket, and there are 4 screws holding it, 2 at the top here, 2 at the bottom. Let's get those out. Once the screws are out, this should come right out. There you go. Get your wiring adapter and hook it up to the factory harness. Now we can install the wires on the speaker. With those on, we can install this back in the Jeep. Okay, last thing to do is pop the speaker cover back on, and we're done. And that's how you replace the speakers in a Jeep Wrangler.